70 million people. That's not the population of a small country. That's not the number of views on a viral YouTube video. That is the number of human beings who signed a petition calling for one of the greatest footballers alive to be removed from the biggest club on the planet. And what makes this story truly unbelievable is this. The man they want gone scored 42 goals this season. He was the top scorer in La Liga. He was the top scorer in the entire Champions League. And yet Real Madrid fans are screaming one word at the Bernabeu: fuera, out. This is the Mbappe paradox, and it is unlike anything football has ever seen before. Let's go back to the beginning. When Kylian Mbappe finally made his dream move to Real Madrid in the summer of 2024, it felt like the world had aligned. The prodigy from Bondi, the boy who grew up idolizing Cristiano Ronaldo, the man who turned down Real Madrid once and made an entire country wait. When he finally walked through those doors, it was supposed to be the start of something historic. The greatest club on earth had finally signed the greatest young player on earth, and the football world held its breath. But football doesn't care about fairy tales. In his very first season at the Bernabeu, Mbappe watched from the stands as Paris Saint-Germain, his former club, the club he had abandoned, the club he had left behind to chase glory, won the UEFA Champions League. Not just that, PSG won it again in 2025-26, 2 Champions League trophies in 2 seasons, back-to-back. The club that Mbappe walked away from has now become the club that everyone else is walking toward. And Real Madrid? Nothing. Not a single major trophy since the season before Mbappe arrived. No Champions League, no La Liga title, they finished second. Not even the Supercopa. Runners-up in almost everything that matters. Now, here is the part that genuinely defies logic. In the 2025-26 season, Kylian Mbappe was statistically the best player in European football. He scored 25 goals in La Liga, top scorer. He hit the back of the net 15 times in the Champions League. Top scorer across the entire continent. 42 goals in all competitions. One man carrying an entire team on his back. And still, the trophies did not come. Real Madrid were eliminated in the Champions League quarterfinals by Bayern Munich. And guess who lifted the trophy that year? PSG. Again, when you score that many goals and your team still wins nothing, people start asking questions. And in the age of social media, people do not just ask questions, they start petitions. It began with a photograph. Images emerged of Mbappe on a luxury yacht in Sardinia with Spanish actress Esther Exposito at a time when he was supposedly recovering from a thigh injury. The reaction was immediate, and it was volcanic. Real Madrid fans felt disrespected. A man earning astronomical wages, sitting in the sun while his club's season crumbled. That was the match that lit the fire. An online petition appeared titled simply "Mbappe out," with the Spanish word fuera splashed across his club photo in angry red letters. Within days, 30 million people had signed it. Within weeks, that number had nearly doubled, 70 million signatures. To put that in perspective, the entire population of France is 68 million. Of course, the reality is more complicated. Petitions like this do not require proof of identity or club membership. Anyone with a phone and an internet connection can click a button. But the scale of the response, and the genuine anger behind it, represents something real and something significant. These are not just bots or outsiders stirring drama. There is a faction of the Bernabeu faithful who have genuinely lost faith. And yet, here is the twist that makes this story even more layered. Real Madrid are not selling him. Florentino Perez, the club's president, has publicly ruled it out. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has confirmed the club is calm and has no intention of moving Mbappe on. The player's contract runs until 2029, and despite being booed by sections of his own crowd, a moment that stunned the footballing world, the club are standing by their man. Because here is what Real Madrid understand that the angry petition signers do not want to acknowledge. You do not walk away from a player who scores 42 goals in a season. You do not discard the top scorer in both La Liga and the Champions League because the team around him came up short. Football is not a one-man sport. Mbappe cannot defend corners. He cannot stop a Bayern counterattack. He cannot manage a dressing room. The problems at Real Madrid run deeper than one forward. And the solution is not as simple as selling the man who literally scored more goals than anyone else in Europe. But logic rarely wins the argument when emotions are running this hot. the real question heading into the summer of 2026 is this: what happens next? The transfer window is open.